Welcome to the Unhinged Podcast. We have a lot of things to talk about today. We got some quick movie news going on, two really big topics that just happened this week. We have top five best movies of the year so far. We're halfway through the year already. And we have some worst movies to talk about as well. We have an NFL offseason review so far. What do we like about our teams? What do we not like? And we have, to finish off, a DCU live-action movie bracket. We are really excited to talk about it. Let's get right into it. Let me tell you something. Variety and all the huge trades, the Hollywood Reporter, Deadline, have all come out. 100% confirmed. Jon Bernthal is confirmed for Spider-Man Brand New Day. I mean, this is huge news. Everyone thought, you're bringing the Netflix guys into the live action. They did it with Matt Murdock. Now they're doing it with Jon Bernthal and Punisher. This is huge news. I'm so excited. What do you think, Logan?
Man, I'm curious to see how they're going to make it work. Like, you got a guy whose series is rated R. All he does is kill people. Just blowing heads off.
Very violent.
Just
Rated
blood and guts everywhere, man.
Yeah.
And then you're going to throw him into the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Like, how are you going to do that? How are you going to make it work?
Yeah.
And what's that movie going to be rated? You know, is it going to be PG-13? Are they going to dumb down Punisher, make him softer?
That's a good, yeah. That could have a lot of issues because there's going to be the people saying, like, oh, he's a bitch now.
Yeah.
You know?
But in reality, he could just be a cameo. You know what I mean? He pops in for a little bit.
I hope not, though. But
Walking
that's
down
a
the
good
street.
point.
Yeah.
See, bro.
He's just walking. He's just in the background.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Maybe
Hey!
Spider-Man goes to him, or Punisher goes to Spider-Man. I can see that happen. Or Punisher saves Spider-Man. They did that in a couple comic books.
He was introduced in the Spider-Man comic.
Yeah, I mean, I would
cool.
not be surprised if they did something like that where he just kind of popped in
Yeah.
and then just left. Kind of like what happened in the Daredevil show, Daredevil Born Again.
Mhm.
Like, he wasn't in it very long. He had that last episode where he kind of went crazy.
He was like a main character, yeah.
But, you know, when he first showed up, they teased him in, like, I think it was episode 4 of Daredevil Born Again.
Yep.
And we didn't know if we were going to get him back. So
Yeah.
it's like one of those things maybe they're doing in the movie where he shows up, you get a little conversation between the two, kind of have the morals conflict a little bit,
Yep.
and then he dips. And then he teases, like, the Netflix coming over to the MCU.
Yeah.
Because that's what we've been wanting. You know what I mean? Like the Netflix fans of Daredevil, and we want to see Matt with Spider-Man. I mean, he was talking about building a team at the end of Daredevil Born Again, and you really want people to... You really want that team to be with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know, all the vigilantes, maybe even Luke Cage, like, throw some people in there from the Netflix series. Jessica Jones even was teased a little bit.
And then also, considering, it's Spider-Man, we heard the rumors that, Mark Ruffalo was going to be in it as Hulk. I mean, my first thought is that we're going to get Punisher, Spider-Man versus Hulk. That's not going to...
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just want to see, are Punisher and Hulk going to meet,
Yeah, because you take a grounded level character like the Punisher, and then you throw him up against somebody like the Hulk. It's
spectacular, right?
It's so different. And it's not like they cross over a bunch. They don't cross paths a lot in the comics either. It's like, how do you make that work?
And it's important to note that Matt Murdock and Mark Ruffalo or Hulk have met, because in She-Hulk they actually met, which people forget about that, which is so weird.
Yeah,
but
family dinner.
Yeah.
Or family
yeah,
dinner. And Scar. I wonder if they're just going to throw that in the trash too. Like Hulk's son. He hasn't been brought up. No one's rumored that. There hasn't been any teases of that.
Yeah.
It's like, what's going to go on?
Like
Brand
a
New Day?
Secret Wars thing.
Maybe so. Maybe
Because
with
isn't there
Secret
like
Wars.
concept art with like Scar, She-Hulk, and
Yeah, they have like a world filled with Hulks.
Yeah.
So it's like maybe they are traveling through dimensions or something like that in Secret Wars. But it's a lot to take in.
And Punisher's right there. All right. Second big topic.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about So the Batman 2, right? I mean, is it ever gonna come out? God only knows, right? God only knows. Well, apparently for the 17th time, Matt Reeves has the script ready.
17th time?
Yeah.
It's not the
What are we doing
17th.
here?
I'm being dramatic.
We're being very
obviously.
dramatic.
But
It's not working, pal.
I mean, we're seeing he's ready. The script's done. It's supposed to come out later this year. Is that the original date? Yeah.
no,
later
he's
this
supposed to
year.
release it in like a few weeks.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
deliver them the script.
yeah,
right?
they're supposed to come out in a few weeks, and then
We also heard
man, I
that
got to
more
tell you,
today.
when I was on Fandango a month ago or 2 months ago, I'm scrolling down to featured in the Fandango section, and all I see is Batman 2, and man, it almost brought a tear to my eye knowing that it wasn't coming out this October.
It probably won't ever come out.
This guy over here, James Gunn's trying to shut people up like him. He came out and tweeted, give Matt some time. Matt Reeves needs more time, and he's got stuff going on. And I understand it. Like, if you're a Batman, if you're just a diehard, you loved the movie, you just loved the Batman, Robert Pattinson, and that universe they created, I mean, even you love the Penguin. It's
I
like
did. It was amazing.
they expanded on that universe so much. There's no way they just leave it out hanging to dry.
Yup.
And
I
James
agree.
Gunn is gonna fulfill his promise, and we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that. We're gonna
I
get.
hope
the
we
Batman
do.
suit.
It's just it's been 3 years, man.
It's been a long
I
time.
think-
Look at the Spider-Verse, though. I mean,
Exactly that too. That
that's
also
been
pisses me off.
that's been a big problem
Yes.
too. That was supposed to come out this year,
It was
was it
supposed
not?
to come out March of 2024.
Yeah,
Actually, that
last
was
year.
Yeah.
So
and
it's like-
and they haven't filmed. They haven't done voice lines for it either.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's going to begin filming in January, but I think that
That's confirmed.
It's confirmed it's going to start filming in January, but I think it got paused and pushed back so much because Robert's been with the Odyssey.
Yeah.
And so like when
He's been
he
really
went,
busy.
I just seen something this morning that when he finishes the Odyssey, he's going to go right to the Batman.
Yeah.
So
What's
now
crazy-
that could
He's
be
gonna be busy.
because, like I just said, he was busy with the Odyssey, so that would give Matt some more time to get the script perfect. To
Yeah.
where when he finishes the Odyssey, they can start the Batman right up.
Yeah.
Which I mean makes sense.
I hope so.
And think about not only the Odyssey, Robert Pattinson's on he's on a generational run right
He
now.
is. He's doing great.
The Odyssey,
Mickey 17.
Dune 2.
Yeah.
Everybody forgets that he's filming that. They're filming those back to back. Dune 2.
3,
and-
sorry, sorry, not the Odyssey.
Dune
I
3.
apologize.
Dune 3.
He was
Yeah.
when he finishes Dune 3, he's going right into the Batman, not the
Okay.
Odyssey.
You're taking Dune 3, the Odyssey, the Batman, all in a row. He's getting all three of those banged out. I mean, he's got a
Is he in
busy.
the Odyssey or did you just?
I don't know.
It seems like
it's
everyone's
Dune
in the
3.
Odyssey. That's why I believe.
Is he not in the Odyssey?
I don't know.
Hmm.
It-
I don't remember.
He might be. Genuinely.
Maybe because I just see all the. I thought he was. I think he is.
Yeah.
Might need to look that
Little
up.
fact
I
check
got
real
you.
quick. Yeah. Alright, we can cut this out.
He is in it.
Yeah.
He is in it.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so
what I
he is
thought.
in it. Okay.
With let me tell you something.
John Bernthal.
John
Tom
Bernthal,
Holland.
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland
It's
finally
like
in
they're
a good,
bringing everything
finally in a
back.
good movie that's not an MCU movie yet. Man.
No,
Not a good movie. Civil War. Like what are we talking
No,
about?
I'm saying
We
he's
are getting it.
in a good movie that's not an MCU movie. 'cause they
Batman
ended
2
really
is
well.
coming out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope it is really. Okay, sweet. Bang those out. Now we're on our top 5 best movies of the year so far. Now we're already in July, or almost to July. That's crazy to think
Almost
about.
halfway through the year.
And I have seen a grand total of 24 movies this year, and you've seen
21.
21, and you've seen
Around
just
there.
about that, yeah. And we have a lot of movies, and I'll be honest, the movies have been good. Like I have enjoyed
It's been a good year.
90% of the movies I've seen this year.
It's better than what we got with the, SAG after strikes and all that going
Yeah.
on. Nothing was coming out. It felt like we were in a drought from movies for so long.
Oh, we
and
really
then,
were.
And then all of a sudden, this year, you get these live action adaptations and you get some original ideas finally coming out.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
Mickey 17, like that coming from a book, kind of created an original
Yeah.
idea with that. That was a great movie too.
It's been a
So,
good year.
It's been a good year for movies so far.
So, let's start with James.
All right.
Walk your honorable mentions
Do you
and
want me
then
to
top
go
5.
do worst movies honorable mentions top 5, or
Save the worst for last.
Yeah, worst
Save
for
the worst for last?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I think we'll all kind of agree on the worst.
so my honorable mentions start at the bottom. So I got Thunderbolts. Didn't crack the top 5. Thunderbolts was a really good movie. It sucks that it did not perform well at the box office. That breaks my heart because
Yeah.
it was a really good movie when you went and watched it. People wouldn't complain about the ending, like the power of friendship. Didn't bother me. But next one, Mickey 17. Really,
Okay.
that started the year off. Or Captain America.
First great movie of the year.
Yeah, like Mickey 17 sent us to just starting the year off great, and it performed really well. And then Phoenician Scheme. Me and Luke went and saw that.
So good.
The funniest movie of the year, in my opinion. Wes Anderson and Wes Anderson classic. There's not more I can say about that. So my top 5. Just went and saw this the other night. 28 years later, number 5. Better than the first one. First one's good. It put us in a point where zombies, ran, right? Like that was one of the big movies where zombies were sprinting.
Rage virus.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Rage
In
virus. And I understand it's one of those movies that it's generational, but I think this newest one is just better in every way than that movie. Like just because it's newer. But I loved that movie. And then Warfare, number 4.
Oh yeah.
The realest movie that we've gotten this year. From start where the guys are looking at this video of a girl dancing, and you can tell that they're just it's a brotherhood, and they're just having a great time. And that's the last time that you smiled in that movie. That's the last time you smiled in that movie.
Yeah, that's true.
From there to the end was some of the most intense scenes probably of 2025.
100%.
You want to talk about just a war movie being real as shit? That was Warfare. Number 3 is a movie of a franchise that I just have fallen in love with. For 3 days before the movie came out, I binged this franchise. Never had an inkling in wanting to watch it. Luke wanted to go see the new one, so I was like, why not binge them? The amount of fun that I had watching these movies, the Mission Impossible movies, was out of this world. When you see top 5s and top 10 franchises on TikTok, this franchise never gets mentioned, and I don't understand why. There's only 2 movies that you could say are quote-unquote bad, and I don't think they're bad, which are the first 2. The first one sets this franchise up to show you what Ethan Hunt is all about and what he's going to do. Mission Impossible 2 is the horniest agent movie that is out there. The scene where he's climbing the mountains, free climbing, nothing to hold him on, like, it's sick. And then it just progressively gets better. Number 3 is the best villain in the franchise, and the last one is really emotional. It's you can tell that Tom Cruise really cares about these movies, and it's his baby.
Yep.
And it was just a perfect ending to the franchise. So Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning is my number 3.
Hell yeah.
Number 2, Sinners.
Oh, yeah.
Besides Mission Impossible, one of my favorite movie experiences. Another movie that you can tell the director really cares about, Ryan Coogler, right? That's his name?
Yep.
That was his passion project, and you could really tell in the way that movie was, the music, the acting by Michael B. Jordan. His movies weren't really, like the best performance probably Creed, maybe Killmonger. The other movie we don't talk about that, F4. What'd you say again? But Sinners is his best performance, and then my number 1, which it's a shame that this guy is not going to get nominated for any awards because of what falsely happened to him. In my opinion, was going to start rivaling James Brolin's Thanos as Kang.
Josh Brolin. Yeah.
Josh Brolin, sorry. As Thanos. Jonathan Majors in Magazine Dreams was unreal.
Best performance of the year.
Unreal.
So far.
I say it's a bodybuilding version of American Psycho with
Yeah.
Jaw.
That's pretty close, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're my biggest fan.
Hey, that's where you look down. That's where you just.
Michael Hearn, best supporting actor? No.
But yeah, Magazine Dreams, number 1
Don't
movie
touch
for
the
me so
abs.
far.
Don't touch the abs.
Don't touch the abs.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's my top 5.
Awesome.
Anything y'all got to say?
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the same top 5, actually just rearranged.
Really?
Hate to spoil it, but yeah,
Okay.
rearranged.
Okay.
You got
My
it.
top 5 is pretty close too. What about your worst?
Oh,
So
yeah.
we're gonna do worst after I.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
I'm gonna
okay,
do that.
okay.
Yeah.
So my 2 worst movies, Minecraft movie, I would still say go and watch it. It was fun. It was great.
I mean,
it is a
Yeah.
bad movie, okay,
Yeah.
but it is a great bad.
But it just
movie.
means so much, you know.
It is a great bad movie.
Yeah.
That and Phoenician Scheme are right there neck and neck for the funniest movies of the year.
Yeah.
And then number 1, the unanimous worst movie of the year, probably not unanimous. Captain America.
Yeah.
Captain America. What is it called?
Brave New World.
Brave New World.
Yeah.
That was an atrocity. It was still fun,
But
right?
it was
It's a comic book movie,
bad.
but it was bad. And Sam Wilson is not a lead, or Anthony Mackie. Anthony Mackie is not meant for the
Yeah.
lead role.
He's awesome.
He's
As a
awesome as
supporting
Falcon. He's
Falcon
not
character.
Captain America, and
Yep.
he's not a lead role. But we'll see in Doomsday. So
I disagree with you on the Minecraft movie, man. when it comes to like entertainment,
it's good.
when I
That's
think
fine.
about a movie, man, I think about like entertainment factor and like
Yep.
the experience of viewing it.
Movies are experimental events. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like just the experience of going to the theater and knowing you're about to watch Minecraft in live action.
Yeah,
It's just so
beautiful.
cool. It's really cool.
And that's why I couldn't put it in the
And,
worst.
yeah,
just-
it
but
ended
I
up
get it.
honestly being pretty high on my list. I think I got it like number 15 out of the 21.
That's fair. That's
So
fine.
it's not too bad.
See-
but I enjoyed. It was so entertaining. Like I went and saw it twice, and it was
I
one of
did
the
too. Yeah,
one
I
of the
did too.
funniest movies. Like it's probably my funniest movie this year
Yeah.
because I didn't get to see Phoenician Scheme
Yeah.
sadly.
But like what you said to start like the list off and stuff, or what you said about how many movies we've seen, I haven't seen like the bad ones y'all have seen. So
Oh yeah.
the only ones that
And
I would
again, you're
say
not
that were
missing
bad were these two and then Amateur, which Amateur are better than, in my opinion, than these two, like movie wise.
Yeah, Amateur wasn't even bad.
Now we talk about movie experiences. Minecraft movie is top 5, top
Yeah,
3 probably.
absolutely,
I,
yeah.
I still I really enjoyed it and will probably rewatch it again.
Yeah.
Would suggest to go watch the Minecraft movie,
You
but
probably already have. It's almost made $1 billion.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, and deservedly so. You know, really.
yeah, chicken
Yeah.
jockey.
You got it, Logan.
What am I hitting my honorable mentions?
Honorable
Yeah.
mentions top 5, then worse.
My honorable mentions would be Thunderbolts.
Okay.
Was in my honorable mentions. I had it at number 7 this year. Man, Thunderbolts was good, and you know Marvel's getting played out with what they're doing. They're trying to make everything kind of the power of friendship, and they're trying to make everything like a softer ending. They kind of did the same thing with Brave New World. But for this story specifically, it worked. They made it work. The character of Century was meant to embody that. He's kind of a battle of depression with himself and the void, and they did a really good job of making the void beatable, and it all worked well. It flowed well together.
It did.
I mean, it was a very well put together movie.
Yep.
The team coming out. I mean, you guess calling them the New Avengers, and then kind of the feud, the post-credit scene itself, like
Probably the best post-credit scene, top 3.
just puts it
Yeah.
up
Yeah.
in honorable mentions in itself. Just that post-credit scene. I mean, it's an amazing movie. It is sad that it underperformed at the box office, and I think that's a fault to Marvel and
Oh, it
them
is.
not being able to produce what we've been wanting the past few years. And it's sad that people have lost faith in its viewed with the box office views.
Yeah.
That like people aren't willing to go and see the new Marvel movie like they used to because of all the crap that they put out recently. It's just,
Especially on Disney Plus.
yeah, it's just been bad. But yeah, I have that in my honorable mentions, and then my number 6, my other honorable mention was Accountant 2. I
Dang.
loved that movie so much. That brother feel with John Bernthal and Ben Affleck really feels like a real brotherhood. Like
Absolutely.
they feel like they're real brothers. Like when you're watching them on screen, it's the interactions they were having were interactions I'd have with my own brother. And it really it's funny, and the timing's perfect with the movie. The comedic relief and just how everything flows in that movie is phenomenal. The writing was really well done. It tied off the ending with a bow and a knot. I mean, it was a great
Yep.
movie. If you didn't get to see that, I recommend going back and watching the first Accountant and checking out Accountant 2. It was a great movie theater experience. And then
Is-
for my top,
Is
huh?
John in the first one?
Yeah, no,
Very
John-
smaller role. Much
he's like
smaller role.
he's like in it for a little bit.
Yeah.
So it was nice to really see John's character like evolve in this
Yeah,
one.
like he was the second main character in this one.
Yeah.
I mean, he really stole the show when he was
did.
on the screen.
Yeah.
Like the whole scene in the beginning of the movie where he's walking around the
Yeah.
hotel room, I was like, this guy's me for real.
Yeah.
It just cracks you up. And then for my top 5, I have Mickey 17 coming in at number 5.
Yep.
Robert Pattinson, debatably one of Robert Pattinson's best performance. I'm a big The Batman fan, so I really love that movie. But Robert Pattinson, in my opinion, delivered a better split personality or twin-like role. I know he was a clone, but than Michael B. Jordan did in Sinners. With Robert Pattinson, the way he was able to convey the difference in characters, you have one character who's kind of like a sissy, a pushover,
Yep.
and then the opposite of him is a complete hard ass, just
Yep.
willing to make the sacrifice play at the end of the day. I mean, it's a really good movie, and it's kind of they touch on topics that you wouldn't expect a movie like that to touch on.
Mm-hmm.
Even some flashbacks there that made you feel like it was the real plot of the movie that was going on. The ending is just very well written.
Great ending.
And even the love interest, she was really good as well.
She was good.
It was visually good too. Like
it was cinematography was amazing. Like the colors and it was a beautiful movie.
Yeah,
it was a beautiful movie. Even the aliens were. I like the little microbiome aliens.
Yeah.
Like we have, like they come out and they kind of make a play on that, and they're like big in this world, and it's all frozen over the landscape. It's beautiful.
And they have like personalities too.
Yeah.
Like they're not just
With this movie being at the beginning of the year, it's not going to get talked about. I don't think as much, just because it was so early.
Yep.
But.
And then for my number 4, I have 28 Years Later that we just saw this past week. The first hour of that movie draws you in. Like, you are locked the entire first hour of the movie. I mean, it is probably the most anxiety I felt watching a movie in so long. My heart was racing nonstop the whole beginning of the movie. The way I've seen some people talk about how the camera cuts, I personally love the way they did that. I love the flashes back in time where you see like the old Patriots using the bows and arrows, and it's
So
kind of
cool.
like the parallels between the war they're fighting now and the war that they fought in the past time.
Try not to go not too deep into it because it just came out.
Yeah.
So
But I mean, just beautiful movie. It kind of drags towards the end, and that's why I wasn't able to put it higher. And the ending was a little goofy in my opinion, but it's possibly setting up the sequel. So I have it at number 4. And then number 3, I have Sinners. I'm a little bit lower on Sinners than I feel like most people are. I enjoyed Sinners a lot, but I felt like some of the scenes and what they were going for just wasn't what I expected. I expected it to be more of a scary feel to it, and it ended up being more of like an action movie than it was a horror movie in my
it's
opinion.
still in your top 3, so.
It's still in my top 3. I just don't think. I remember going to see it and I expected it to be a 10 out of 10 because that's what everybody was saying when the first reviews came out. Like, and I was expecting more than I thought it was, and I never saw it. I haven't seen it. I only saw it once, and I feel like if I did see it again, my perception on it would change. But I feel like the movie was very well written, and the cinematography and the score in that movie really saves it, in my opinion. It is a beautifully shot movie, and Michael B. Jordan also kills his role in that. And then for my number 2 this year, I have Magazine Dreams. Sadly, this didn't get the appreciation it should have in theaters. It should have been widely released, but I understand with like everything that was going on with him in his personal life, and they didn't want to release it when it was supposed to come out. What year was that?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. So it's sad that it didn't get released all over in every theater, but it should have. His performance in that movie was amazing. What's his name? Jonathan Majors. His performance was it rivals the best performance of the year with Robert Pattinson and Mickey 17 or Michael B. Jordan and Sinners. Like he portrays such a psychotic character that it really makes you like question things and how people perceive the world that they're in, the bodybuilding world, and how some people can take their goals and let their goals drive them to madness. And I thought that was a very creative twist what they did at the end of that movie. The whole time you're thinking in that movie that something bad's gonna happen, and they play it off well.
It gets right to the point, and then
And then watch it for yourself. You won't regret seeing that movie. James touched on it well. It's like the modern day version of American Psycho, but with a bodybuilding twist.
Yeah, without like killing too.
Yeah, but pushing the boundaries.
Pushing the boundaries of it, but like no, you don't see.
There's definitely a direct inspiration.
Yeah. And then my number 1 for this year was Warfare.
Bang.
Man, going to see that movie in theaters was unreal. Like, when you sit down in the seat and the ads are over and the movie starts playing and you just hear, call me. It's so
Are we in the wrong theater?
Yeah, you're thinking you're watching the wrong movie.
It was just us 3 in there.
Yeah.
We're like, what?
You're thinking you're watching the wrong movie, and then it pans out to all the guys, and they're just like having a great time laughing. And then they go out to the field, and they're still making
making
making jokes
But
and
it's
shit.
quiet though.
It's quiet.
Like
And
the way
super
it went
quiet.
from loud to
Yeah,
quiet.
and they just you can tell they're like it's a brotherhood.
Yeah.
And the way it was directed, like they brought in all the guys, and it was kind of a love letter to his friend. Just such an inspiring movie. I mean, you look at how it was shot, and it's just really it's not a lot of action. I mean, you have the one scene where everything just hits the fan, and then after that, it's build up. It's just like slow. It's a slow burn, and you're seeing what it's almost like an anti-war movie. Like you go into it and you're thinking, wow, this is gonna be like a regular. There's gonna be people getting shot and killed in the street, and it's really like a rescue mission, and they play it off so well.
Yeah.
I mean, it is the most realistic movie, probably the most realistic war movie of our generation, or I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It is so in touch with what's really going on. You have a lot of those missions that are out there. They really are just going to save. Like,
and a lot of times
going
they
to
don't,
save guys.
They didn't. And you know what's crazy is that they had a mission and they didn't complete it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That guy lost his leg for nothing.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
If you really
and that
think
happens
about
all the time.
It happens
And
all
that's
the time.
That's the messed up part, man.
And that's kind of the message they're trying to send.
Yep.
Like, it's what's the
That's
point?
war, bro.
You know,
Yeah.
it's war, and it's sad that that's how things
That's the
go.
reality.
The thing that sucks about it is, I don't remember hearing anything about the movie. Like I heard about
It
the
was
movie
TikTok,
between
right?
y'all two,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and like the marketing. I don't think
Very
there was
subtle.
a whole lot of marketing. I don't know if a lot of people have seen it. I don't know how it's done
Yeah.
at the box office, but that
It
sucks.
did okay.
Yeah.
It
was a lower budget movie.
Yeah.
Fun fact: Alex Garland directed that movie and wrote it. He also wrote 28 Years Later. So he wrote
He's
and
on fire
co-wrote
right now.
2 movies that came out this year.
Back to back.
It's crazy, bro.
For my for my worst movies though, man, I'd say it might honestly be a tie between Materialist and Captain America: Brave New World. Man, I couldn't stand Materialist. I walked out of the theater pretty furious at how the ending worked. It's like,
It's so
man,
bad.
you go into it thinking it's a rom-com because that's what everybody online's saying. It's not funny. Like, the
Yeah.
movie's not funny. It doesn't deliver any heartfelt comedy. I mean, the comedic relief.
It would have been great as a
If
rom-com.
it was funny, it
'Cause you
would have
had
been
funny people in it.
Yeah.
Pedro, Chris Evans.
Chris Evans is hilarious.
It just didn't work for me.
It felt really
A
flat.
lot of people liked it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
but
yeah.
not for me.
Definitely not for me. And then Captain
Yeah.
America: Brave New World was basically an Incredible Hulk sequel.
From 2008.
2008.
Came out
like,
13 years later. Yeah.
you had to watch that movie to know what's going on
It's
in Brave
insane.
New World.
Oh yeah.
And then they end it with almost the Black Widow, like, oh, the sun's coming down or whatever.
the ending is just
Like,
terrible.
it's so cheesy. It's
Red
so
Hulk
cheesy.
doesn't kill a single person.
Yeah.
As Red Hulk, by the way.
And he's like, he's not even like on fire. Like, he's
Yeah.
and Captain America catches a flagpole that should have broke his arms. It's just like, what are we doing?
it's
like-
very. You got to suspend your belief a lot more than you normally would.
Yeah.
You know, and I get it. It's MCU, but like, come on. You know. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's a reason that Thunderbolts didn't perform as well in the box office because that movie was so bad. And then my worst movie this year was Clown in the Cornfield.
Yeah.
It is absolutely horrendous. Like, I went and saw it thinking, man, it was gonna be a good, like, we're gonna bring horror back. It's gonna be good again. But man, it sucked. I went to the theater and I saw it. It was pouring down rain, and I should not have even bought my tickets. I sat down in that theater. In the beginning, they make it feels like a Scream movie when you're watching it, and it's kind of like Who Done It type of thing. And then it just gets to the point where it drags so hard, and the twist at the end it's hard to swallow. It is such a bad movie. If you have the chance to watch it on streaming, I highly recommend you don't. I'm not going to say too much
I was
about the
wondering if
movie,
you-
but I'm not going to say too much about the story of the movie because it just doesn't matter. It's
They don't
terrible.
need to know.
If you want to see it for yourself and you want to be disappointed, by all means, check out Clown in the Cornfield.
It's a good recommendation.
But that's my movie rankings.
Okay, hell yeah. I'm not going to talk about my worst because my 2, we just talked about that. So, Captain America, Materialist were both buns. So that's all you need to know there. I'll do 3 quick honorable mentions. So the Phoenician Scheme, like James said, quippy dialogue. Kind of the difference between the comedy and Minecraft is that in Minecraft it was a lot of stupid, like, silly comedy, and in Phoenician Scheme it's quick, kind of, I don't want to say smart humor because that sounds snobby, but like it kind of is. It's a lot of quippy. It's very good. Highly recommend. Number 7, Black Bag. Me and Logan saw that. Surprising movie. Very good. kind of a whodunit. The movie makes you think it's this, and then it ends up being something else. Great, quick hour and a half. Watch it on streaming if you can. And then Thunderbolts. I saw this one twice. They already talked about it a lot, but so much heart. They're such a family. I love like they're not a family, but like the way they care about each other, the chemistry between all of the Thunderbolts or the new Avengers is so great. I love John Walker. I mean, just to see him just whoop, like, I thought he got done. His character was good in the Falcon and Winter Soldier series, but the way everyone treated him was so bad, and the way he kind of gets to shine here, it's just amazing. And then Bucky's back, which I loved. Great movie.
Two quick things about the Phoenician scheme that I didn't get to say.
Yeah.
Michael Cera stole the
He's
show
awesome, dude.
in
Michael
every
Cera's
single
awesome.
scene that he was in.
Michael Cera's awesome.
And then talking about top performances of the year, I think Benicio del Toro is right there in top 5.
And then Michael Cera for supporting actor.
I think Michael
A
Cera
lot of
maybe
movies are gonna come out, but
Michael Cera maybe for top supporting, and Benicio del Toro's performance as whatever the narcissist dad that he played was amazing.
Stacked cast.
Yes.
All right, so number 5, 28 years later. Like we said, we just saw it. We're fresh out of it. We had a group setting. We cut that out.
Yeah.
So my number 5 is 28 years later. We had the boys, and we watched the first 2 movies back to back, and we loved them. We loved the first one. Didn't like the second one as much. But 28 years later, I mean, it's been 28 years. I like how the movie. You would think that. Fuck. Hold on, I'm struggling, guys. Give me a second. Okay. Pause. Okay. My number 5 is 28 years later. We just saw this the other day, and I mean, what a movie! It was intense. Aaron Taylor Johnson. This may be his best movie, I think. It's like this and Bullet Train. I don't know. I love seeing him in it. The kid actor, I don't know his name. I need to remember it. We all need to, because he's going to be a star. That kid.
He's good.
The movie takes a turn that it doesn't really show you in the trailers. The trailers make you think it's going to be this movie, and it is that movie for a little bit, but then it's a way different movie, especially towards the end. The end is just wacky.
Alfie Williams.
Alfie Williams. Remember that name. He is awesome.
And the mom.
The mom is good. Jodie Comer.
Yeah.
She is on the rise. She's a kind of on the rise actress. She's amazing. And then the next movie comes out. I think it comes out in January. Actually, it's pretty soon. Bone Temple.
Like
And
6
Cillian Murphy is going to be in it. The director confirmed that, so that's freaking awesome. Anyway, number 4, Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning. I binged all the movies the week leading up to it, and the best decision ever made. Really, I mean, every movie is a 6 above, and honestly, the first 2 are 6s, and then it's like 8 and above. And I won't talk about the whole franchise. I could ramble on about it forever, but Final Reckoning, perfect ending. Mission Impossible Endgame is why we like to call it.
Exactly.
The stunts, there's 2 incredible stunt scenes. It's just, it's amazing. I can't talk about that and how Tom Cruise just loves cinema so much. And you can tell with this movie. Can't talk about it enough. All right. Number 3. Didn't get to see this one in theater, sadly, but we got to stream it. Magazine Dreams. Jonathan Majors. I don't think he's going to get an Oscar nom, like we said, but he deserves it. I mean, American Psycho bodybuilding edition, right? Just so cringy in a good way, right? The way the character, he doesn't change. You want him to be like, oh man, you're rooting for him, but he's just so like mentally unwell that, it
sucks.
It sucks. It sucks in a good way, right? Just how he is, the acting, he's so hard on himself. It's just it's a beautiful film. It's a film that I don't know if I'd want to rewatch because of how sad and like kind of cringy it is, you know.
But definitely.
But like, it's an amazing film. Number 2, Warfare. Again, thought I was in the wrong movie starting out. Movie goes from happy to like incredibly sad in a matter of like minutes. Every actor does great in it. Joseph Quinn, Will Poulter. I mean, best war movie I've seen in the past several years. The story about how every character in the movie is actually a real person. It's a love letter to his friend that lost his legs in the movie. Please watch it if you can. It didn't do too well at the box office. Watch it on streaming. And the number 1, kind of a basic pick, Sinners. It was a train. Michael B. Jordan just steals the show. I mean, he plays two characters that are the same but also very different. You know, they're twins. Haley Steinfeld. I mean, Haley Steinfeld, what are you going to say? You know, Josh Allen is probably going to win the MVP again this year after watching Sinners.
And the way Michael B. Jordan been on his girl, too.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Josh revenge season.
No, we twins. No, wait, what is... No, we twins.
No,
we cousins. My bad.
No, we cousins.
Ryan Coogler just... He's going to be a Hollywood legend. I know it. He put his heart and soul into this movie. And I loved every bit of it. Saw it twice. The young actor who played Sammy, he's a name to remember, too. His name's Miles Morales. I don't know. Anyway, he talked about wanting to play Miles Morales. I hope he is. He can sing. He's such a performer. And I hope they continue the franchise. I would prefer to be with Ryan Coogler, but we'll see about that.
To your point, the fact that they're even thinking about making a second Sinners and Ryan's not the director is a disgrace.
Yeah, but that's just kind of how movie business goes. It's a shame.
That's a disgrace.
Yeah.
It is Ryan's. That is Ryan's Mission Impossible to Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise's baby is Mission Impossible, and there wouldn't be a movie without Tom. Sinners is that same thing to Ryan, and if Ryan is not the director, it should not be made.
I agree. All right, so hope you guys like that. Now we're on the NFL offseason.
Hope you guys like that.
Hope you guys like that. We can cut that shit out.
Get it the fuck out of here.
The NFL season is only, I think, about 7 or 8 Sundays away, you know, in terms of preseason. We're getting close. It'll be here before we know it. We have a lot of things to talk about regarding our favorite teams, what we think about the drafts, free agency. We're going to start off with James, talk about his beloved Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, man. One of the probably most underrated teams in the league. Now, we're fairly young, and we got a new quarterback that nobody has confidence in. No one's confident in Sammy D. So, man gets drafted out of USC, little quick thing. Gets drafted out of USC, number 1, number 2 pick. Gets Adam Gase, probably the highest coach in the NFL history. One of the dumbest motherfuckers to coach an NFL team. Doesn't get done right in New York. Leaves, I think, and then goes to 49ers. Finally gets put around a good team.
With the Panthers for a while.
With the Panthers, yes. Went from New York to the Panthers. Leaves there to go with Kyle Shanahan and the Niners. Leaves that to go to Minnesota, and finally is around a good team and puts up MVP-like numbers. Even though Logan's going to sit here and say he choked in the playoffs, if you watched that game, his line couldn't block a cold. Okay? Couldn't do shit.
It's true.
And so now he's on Seattle with a solid team. I think we have a chance to win anywhere from 8 to 10 games. I think 8 is the floor. If we get less than 8, I don't know what the fuck we're doing.
It's a crazy floor.
We're in a division with the Niners and Rams, so it's going to be difficult to go after the title. I mean, us three teams, we always play each other close for the most part. It's always solid games, so anybody can win the division, in my opinion. But I think people are sleeping on us too much. Logan, what's your Texans?
Yeah, so my Texans are going to dominate this year.
Shut the hell up,
They're going to
dude.
dominate this year. The AFC South is getting cooked. They suck, yeah.
Worst division in the NFL, by the way.
Okay.
It is.
It's up there with the NFC South.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's the worst.
Which one?
NFC South with Carolina, Atlanta, New Orleans, and Tampa.
Your division's not great either.
I mean,
Niners,
Logan,
Rams,
bro.
us, and Cards.
The South. Okay, so the South of the NFL is buns. Okay.
Yeah.
But
Anyways.
NFC West is good. Anyway, keep going.
AFC South is getting dominated again by the Texans, of course. We're going to be back-to-back-to-back AFC champions, AFC South champions. We're going to win our division. We just signed Nick Chubb and Christian Kirk. Those are going to be valuable add-ons to our team. Nick Chubb in the backfield with Joe Mixon. It's going to be a 1-2 punch. Might even rival Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery in the backfield if Nick Chubb's anywhere to where he was before he got hurt.
True.
Dude, Nick Chubb's a monster.
I know he's good.
He's a
it's just
monster.
not
If he's
gonna be
anywhere,
it's not gonna be
if
like
he's even
Lightning.
close to where he was when he got tore his ACL,
Nothing's like Sonic and Knuckles, dude.
they're gonna be a 1-2 punch backfield. They're gonna be good. And then with Christian Kirk getting added on, and put him in the slot, let him do some dirty work. We just picked up Jaden Higgins in the draft. He's basically a second Nico Collins. Dude's a freaking weapon. He's just insane size, super tall. He can run routes like nobody's business. On his draft card, they were saying his competitive fire is one of the reasons he got drafted so high. And you slap him into a team with the Texans that are all about that swarm mentality, he's gonna fit in perfect. He might even steal.
CJGJ, Gardner Johnson.
Oh yeah, we picked up
An
Gardner
absolute
Johnson.
dog.
He's a dog too. I mean, we're gonna have a top 3 defense in the NFL. I believe our team is gonna be phenomenal. We re-signed Daniel Hunter, got him a fat bag. We're gonna have a pretty good defense this year. We've filled some holes in the offensive line. Added on a free agent or two, and we're gonna do some work. They're gonna be fighting for who's gonna start this year.
You guys lost Laremy Tunsil.
Oh yeah, the false start god, the penalty demon. Like everybody acted like that was the biggest deal that we lost Laremy Tunsil when he literally caused the most penalties for our entire offensive line. He was the #1 problem. So it's kind of good to have him gone and somebody to fill that hole with the draft. Man, I can't wait for the season. I think we're gonna make a decent run in the playoffs this year, and it'll be a good year for the Texans.
Okay, pause. Hold on. Before you go, don't forget when you get done with your Cowboys thing to do something like breaking news. We're sending it down to James in the studio for Hockey Talk.
I'll try to make it flow well.
Yeah.
We them boys. The Dallas Cowboys in the 2025 season will be, I don't really know. We could be like 13-4. We could be 8-9. You never really know. I would say our ceiling is probably 12-5, and then our floor is probably 8-9. I'd say that's we're definitely gonna be better than the Seahawks. Let me tell you that much. Anyway, drafted Tyler Burker as our 12th pick. I mean, what a freaking monster! You saw his interview. Saying that the thing he loves about football is watching his opponents, their love for the game, die.
Yeah, you were real happy when they drafted a no-lineman.
I wasn't happy.
You were real happy.
No. I'll be honest. I was pissed off because I wanted a receiver, right? I didn't know if the cooking that Jerry Jones was cooking up later on in the free agency. We'll talk about that in a second. But after looking up some highlights of Tyler Booker and then seeing how he is, how much of a dog he is, oh yeah, we're good. Zach Martin retires. Let's get Tyler Booker.
Okay.
We're chilling. All right.
Is he replacing Zach?
Yeah.
He's a guard?
Yeah. And also a sneaky pick I want to talk about real quick. Jaden Blue, the running back at Texas, really showed up last year. He was injured for a little bit, came back. Freaking monster. I'm really glad we got him for our backfield. George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, Kevontae Turpin, Jalen Tolbert. I'm done. Anyway, we're going to have a great receiving core. Dak is going to be back. I know it. I know you're delusional. We're redoing our offensive line. We have a bunch of young guys that are growing up. They're getting more veteran. Our receiving core we have probably the best, I'd say the third best 1-2, because there's the Vikings and then the Bengals. I think we got the third best, solid. Deep threat, and then we got the route guy and CeeDee Lamb. Our defense, we lost some guys. We lost D-Law, lost Jordan Lewis. It sucks.
D-Law went to Seattle.
He won't do anything.
Agent Zero.
He won't do anything. That's okay, though. DeMar and Overshown is going to be healthy. Oh, man, he's going to be a monster. Oh, man, he's going to be a monster. Defense is reloading.
Holden, get a new
young.
shirt.
And I'm actually really excited for the year. Again, you just never know with the Cowboys. You don't. But I'm always hopeful that it's our year. But it probably won't be.
It's not your year, pal.
Hold on. Wait. Hold up. Guys, relax. Something's going on right now. I'm getting
Hockey Talk! Oh, yeah, boys. Oh, yeah! So, there's a team down in South Florida that is blowing the league by storm. We want to talk about a team that's been to the Stanley Cup Finals 3 straight years in a row. The year before that, they won the President's Cup. Best trophy. Best #1 team in the league. Okay? They went to the Stanley Cup Finals 2021, lost to the Vegas Golden Knights. The year after that, they faced Edmonton. They went up 3-0. Edmonton comes back in a dramatic fashion, comes back down 3-0. But the Cats are them boys, man. The Cats won the game. The Cats won the Stanley Cup Finals. The year after that, they get more dog mentality. In the middle of the trade deadline, they get a guy named Brad Marchand. Brad Marchand played for the Boston Bruins and is an absolute fucking piece of shit. He is a guy that you don't want to be going up against. He's going to hit you in the mouth, and he's not going to apologize about doing it. They got him. They got him from Boston. They get him on the team. Matthew Tkachuk and the Four Nations beat the shit out of Canada. We didn't win the gold, but who gives a fuck? Because the Olympics are coming up, boys. Hoorah! All right. So we get to the playoffs. Matthew Tkachuk is a little hurt. All right. The boys get all the way there to the NHL Stanley Cup Finals, and they lose first game in OT. Leon Draisaitl does his thing. Second game, the Oilers lose. Cats win. It was an all-time Stanley Cup Finals. And then the Cats, fuck's happening. The Cats dial in. Paul Maurice, one of the best coaches in the league, gets the boys dialed. They win the next 2 games, 5+ goals in each, and they hoist Lord Stanley back-to-back years. And then what do they do when they win this motherfucker? They go down to the elbow room and party their ass off like you should after winning the best cup in sports. Boys, my eye is tweaking. Boys are on an absolute dynasty run of partying. They went to the elbow room all night, dumping beers on the fans. They go down to the ocean, jump in the ocean with Lordo.
Sharks.
Last night, the boys are ripping at a club down in Florida. They started chant, "Fuck McDavid. Go America. Canada hasn't won a cup since the fucking 30s. Speaking of McDavid, where's he going? Best player in hockey, loses Stanley Cup Finals back-to-back years. What does he want to do? He wants to leave? There's a rumor out there, out in the rumor mill. Might be going to Tampa, teaming up with Steven Stamkos and the boys, Andre Vasilevsky and net. That could be a wild move. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing out in the rumor mill is him going to Tampa. I'll keep y'all posted on that. The team that lost to Edmonton, for some odd reason, Stuart Skinner just likes to stand on his goddamn head against the Dallas Stars. And every other series, every other game, he can't do fuck against anybody else in net. Dallas Stars lose again to the Edmonton Oilers. And what does Stewart do in the Stanley Cup Finals? Fucks up and gets pulled. But the Stars, hold on, fellas, hold on. They cut Mason Marchment, or they didn't cut him. They sent him to Seattle for 2 picks. They got a 2026 third-round pick and a 2025 fourth-round pick out of the trade for Mason. And then we re-signed Douchey. Douchey's a dog. He performed well in the regular season, had a slow playoff, but he's an absolute unit on the power play. And we signed him for 4 years, $18 million. Boys, what a Stanley Cup final, okay? It's got me wet, okay? As you can see, I'm a pretty moist guy right now. I'm just fired the fuck up, okay? Cats are back-to-back. They could go 4 straight. There's no reason why the Cats can't win 4 straight cups. They have some free agency stuff going on, but the Florida State tax doesn't fucking matter. They can sign anybody they want. The vibes are high. Oh, and last thing on the Cats, you want to talk about people don't understand the dogs in hockey. These guys play injured, and Matthew Tkachuk, he got hurt in the Four Nations, didn't play most of the end of the regular season, gets enough healthy for the playoffs. He played with an abductor ripped off the bone, and on the same side of that abductor, he had a hernia. Motherfucker won a cup and put a puck in the net to send the boys to win Stanley. We'll see y'all again at Hockey Talk. Keep the pucks flying.
All right, guys, the main event is here. I created a 32-movie DC live-action bracket. Now, I want to keep it in mind that there's about 50 live-action DC movies, right, spanning from, like, the 60s to now. And I couldn't put all of them in here, obviously. I tried to put the more relevant ones in here because I wanted to make sure, we had seen at least most of them. I know me and Logan probably have. James has seen a lot of them, I'm sure. But yeah, there's some shitters in here. Don't worry. There's some bangers in here, of course. It's DC. Pretty broad stroke of genius and non-genius. So we'll start off, and this is fun. This should be a pretty hot topic off rip. We got Catwoman, starring Halle Berry, versus The Dark Knight.
Oh, The Dark Knight.
Dark Knight's better?
Yeah.
You
Do you want to just start with me and then go with...
We'll all chime in.
Okay.
Yeah.
This isn't even a competition.
TDK.
Wait. We got Shazam 2 versus Superman 1978.
Wait, we just going off?
We're just going off. Who do you think's
Superman.
better?
Superman.
Christopher Reeve, Superman.
Yeah.
Who do you think's better?
Christopher
I mean, it's a 2 out of 3, right? So that's how
Christopher Reeve,
moves on.
Superman.
Okay, you guys got it? All right, cool.
Are you voting on this?
Well, it's
He
2 out of
agrees.
3. And I agree with both of them anyway. All right. Don't worry, guys. It'll get better. Don't worry. We got Watchmen, Zack Snyder's Watchmen, versus the 2017 Wonder Woman.
Watchmen.
No, Watchmen
Wonder
by
Woman.
far.
What?
Yeah, Watchmen.
Over the first Wonder Woman? Really? Really? Why? Which one?
Watchmen changed a lot of how the Superman genre is looked at today.
Superhero.
Or superhero
yeah.
genre.
How so?
Just the way it was directed.
What is
Was
it?
it
More
grittier?
serious feel.
Really?
Feel.
You like
it
it?
more
Oh, and
serious
I'm a
feel.
Zack Snyder guy.
I like
But you
Zack
would
Snyder.
You would take that over Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
The first Wonder Woman movie?
Yeah, I didn't think it had the same impact as Watchmen did.
Really? The first good female superhero movie? It was.
Yeah, good.
It was actually great, I'd say.
I didn't
but
think it was great.
I
So
think it's
that's
like
where
an 8
I
out of
guess
10.
it's different. I think the Watchmen's like a fantastic movie.
Really, I love Watchmen.
Say
But
that again?
Man.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay, so we got Wonder Woman moving on. Okay, cool. Man of
Wonder
Steel.
what?
We got one. I mean,
Watchmen moving
I,
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost. Oh man.
You almost just did some propaganda, some
I
CNN
did.
propaganda.
I did. See, hey, no politics here.
Sorry.
Shazam versus Man of Steel. I swear to God.
Man of Steel.
Okay, that's 2. Don't even. Yeah. All right.
What would you say though?
Man of
What would-
Steel.
You would say
Okay.
Man of Steel?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of the best comic book movies.
We got, and I had to rearrange the thing a little bit because I had to take out some, put some in. Just some of the matchups are a little wonky. Just FYI. Batman and Robin, George Clooney, versus 2021 Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
You got Suicide Squad?
Oh, the new Suicide Squad?
Yes.
Yeah, Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. Easy. Moving on.
James Gunn's Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Flash versus The Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises.
The new Flash?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises. I agree. Green Lantern versus the Batman.
Oh,
Oh, the Batman.
The Batman. Yeah.
No Ryan Reynolds love?
No.
No Blake Lively
He's
love?
fucking
He
dog
doesn't
shit.
even love
I'm
it.
just kidding.
Yeah, he
Ryan doesn't even love the movie.
No,
Ryan
I
hates
know.
that shit.
I know. I'm just but Suicide Squad 2016
Mm.
versus Batman Begins.
Batman Begins.
I go
Yeah,
Batman
Batman
Begins.
That's like what, arguably one of the best like introduction
Yeah.
movies of a
Superhero
character.
origin.
Yeah,
Not
superhero-
better than the Batman though, but
No, nothing is.
that's the best.
We'll get into that. We got Birds of Prey. You remember that one? The Harley Quinn.
Never watched it.
No, it is versus
Whatever the other
versus
thing is.
Superman 2.
Superman.
You know the second Superman movie with
With
General
Chris-
Zod.
Oh,
Y'all
yeah,
haven't
yeah.
watched
Yeah,
that?
that.
Yeah.
You've
That.
watched it. Yeah.
Yeah, that.
It's really good. Yeah. All right. And this one's easy. I don't really want to add this one, but Superman 3, so the third Christopher Reeve movie, it's not very good. Versus Batman Returns. So that's the second Michael Keaton.
Batman Returns.
Batman
Oh, I love
Returns,
Michael
clearly.
Keaton.
Yeah.
Batman
Awesome.
Returns.
We got Joker 2, Folie à Deux, versus Batman v Superman.
Batman v Superman.
Batman v Superman.
Batman v Superman.
The
Okay, move on.
disappointment in that new Joker movie. Can we touch on
Yeah,
that?
we can touch about it. It's the most disappointing movie experience of my life. I was angry when I got out of it. It was abysmal. It was the worst musical ever. None of the musical numbers in the movie, like, in a musical, the musical numbers are supposed to progress the plot, right? They're supposed to serve the story.
Yeah, like La La Land.
Like in La La Land, like in Wicked, right?
Mm,
They all
yeah.
fit well. In Joker, it was movie scene, and then there was a musical. But the movie, every musical was like it was in his head. So
Yeah.
it's like a cut scene. It was horrible. And Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn, she tried her best, she really did. It just didn't work for me. And the way they kind of tried to tie in more Batman lore just didn't work for me still. The ending, they tried to be really cute with the ending. Abysmal ending.
Didn't
I
work.
know what they were trying to do. Yeah, you'll know. They tried to be cute, and it wasn't cute at all. It was rather...
See, I never
Not
saw
cute.
it, but reviews
Rather
like
not
that
cute.
are the
Yeah.
reason why I didn't
Yeah.
even attempt to
It
watch
was horrible. It was just god-awful. Okay. And I love the first one.
Yes.
Blue Beetle versus
Mm.
Aquaman 2.
Blue Beetle.
Blue
Yeah.
Beetle's mid, I think,
Blue
but
Beetle.
Aquaman 2, again,
It's horrible.
abysmal. Horrible movie. I mean, genuine. Just, I mean,
It's
they
bad.
didn't even try to make. They didn't even try, bro. Like,
At least the first one was pretty good.
the first one was good. The second one, they didn't even try. We got Black Adam, The Rock, versus
We don't clap for that
Batman
performance.
1989.
The Batman 19.
Yeah,
Jack
and
Nicholson Joker.
I like Black Adam. I really do, but I mean, the first it was a great movie.
Yeah, Batman, for sure.
Yeah,
It's
we
not
just
even a
have-
competition.
It's
Yeah,
not.
Jack
sadly.
Nicholson Joker.
Yeah,
That
no.
was like
Yeah,
the Joker performance, right?
set the standard.
yeah,
He
set the
did
standard.
set the standard.
Yeah.
Because the other one was just surfing with Batman, Adam West's Joker.
Yeah.
That shit was lit,
They
though.
were surfing.
Shark spray.
The Sharks repellent.
Shark repellent.
Okay.
But watch
We
Adam
got
West.
Superman Returns, so 2006, Brandon Routh Superman,
Okay.
versus Batman Forever, so that's Val Kilmer.
Batman Forever. I'm taking that.
The thing
Superman
is,
Returns.
I'm gonna go Batman Forever because I think Superman Returns is it's not a very, it's an okay movie. I just think it's kind of boring. It's supposed to be like
It's good though.
It was
Heartfelt.
good. It was heartfelt, but
Heartfelt movie.
I don't remember it as much as I do the Batman
exactly.
movie.
I haven't watched it in years.
But
I
I
don't know much about it.
adore. And you're the see.
That's crazy.
He's the Val Kilmer
Val-
guy. He's the one that
Val
said that
Kilmer's
Val Kilmer's
Bruce Wayne?
is better than
and then
Christian
you got
Bale.
all the Riddler,
Bruce, yeah.
the wacky Riddler.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
I
Wacky
love
It's
Riddler.
just it's super
super
like out
wacky.
there.
It throws it. It just throws.
It's-
Some of it throws it
I
off.
just-
It's
prefer it
what
more than
Batman
Superman Returns.
and Robin wanted to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Batman and Robin with Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Except
that
it was
was
just bad.
way too goofy and bad.
Yeah.
Batman Forever did it.
Yeah,
right.
they did a pretty good job.
Yeah. Okay. We got Zack Snyder's Justice League versus Wonder Woman 1984.
Yeah, what are we even doing?
Yeah. Okay, this one's
Don't even have to vote on that.
yeah. Aquaman versus Joker. First Joker.
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 Joker. Again, we like Aquaman a lot. I like it quite a bit. I think it's great. But Joker won two Academy Awards nominated for this picture.
Yeah.
Joker mid.
And it's an original
Or,
idea.
Aquaman mid.
Aquaman mid.
Joker is an original
Joker was
idea.
pretty
Okay.
peak.
So the
Pretty
second.
peak.
Here we go. Okay, this is the second
Give me
tier.
some Taxi Driver vibes.
Let's go Dark Knight versus the original Superman movie.
TDK.
Yeah. TDK.
Over the original I think that's a little. Let's not.
TDK.
You think it's that
though.
easy?
TDK.
Yeah, TDK.
Set the standard for superhero movies?
That's fine. TDK.
TDK.
Alright.
I don't even think it's
you
close.
guys are that's crazy.
I don't even
What
think
are
it's
we
No,
doing here?
no, here's the thing. I think it's better, but
It is.
You
It's
guys
better
just-
than Catwoman.
you guys just I hate y'all, bro. The first I mean, come on, it's the standard and you okay.
It's better than
Cool,
Catwoman.
fuck me, whatever.
I don't remember it. I watched it when I was like 10, so I don't remember it. I know
Okay.
it set the
You
standard.
should rewatch it before seeing it.
I know TDK is
But
peak.
TDK is
I know TDK's top 5 comic.
I know, no, and I would have
Top
said
five
that, but
movies.
I just wanted to extend the conversation
Top
a little
five
bit more.
movies.
Top 5 movies.
It's
So let's not.
Yeah, it's not
Move
even
on.
fucking
Yeah.
I
close.
hate y'all.
Yeah.
Okay. Watchmen versus Man of Steel.
I pick Watchmen.
Man of Steel is clearly okay. Both Zack Snyder movies. I love Zack Snyder. Man of Steel is my favorite Superman movie. The most underrated comic book movie of all time. Top 10.
It's
comic
also
book
your
film.
favorite character too.
This one's hard.
My
for
favorite
Me.
character.
This one's hard for me, man.
One of my favorite directors, and Zack Snyder did both of them. It was pretty much this. It was
I
Watchmen.
like Man
it
of
was
Steel,
Watchmen that they wanted him to make Superman. You know, he made Watchmen. They wanted to do that.
I just like. I don't know. The Watchmen feels
The
like you
Watchmen's
took
incredible.
pictures and
From the
scenes out of a
comic.
comic book and threw it on a TV
Aside
screen.
from the ending, it's one of the most comic accurate movies.
like
you know,
it's
aside
a
from the
comic
ending,
book.
because they
Comedian's
changed
so
it from
good,
the.
dude. Watchmen comedian. Dude, so good.
But General Zod, Man of Steel. I'm going Man of Steel. You're going
I'm
Watchmen.
going Watchmen, so it's up to Logan.
Henry Cavill Superman.
Don't listen to him. You know what you Dr. Manhattan.
I'd say Man of Steel has better rewatchability
So you'd rather you like.
than Man of Steel.
Wow.
And that's and Watchmen's great.
I love Watchmen.
Watchmen's great.
That was a hard decision for me because I love
Yeah.
Watchmen.
Okay, MOS.
But Man of Steel, when it comes to like what it did for Superman, it like made people respect his character.
Yeah,
You know,
It's valid.
It
I'm
gave him
fine
some
with that.
depth.
give him some
Like,
depth.
pretty
And
good take on
I
it.
think it is. I think it is a comic accurate Superman in a darker world. I think it's the same Superman. That's my opinion. I know I'm in the minority. Being right is often a lonely endeavor. I understand that. It's okay.
You sending the what could have been of Zack Snyder's universe in TikTok, you sending
Yeah.
that to me and like us, that I'm very disappointed that we didn't get to see his whole universe play out
Me too.
because of how horrendous fans reacted to shit.
Yeah.
Well, the Justice League they released
That happens.
was
The
so
Justice League
bad.
they released was bad, but
They
then you
should've
go
never
back and
done
watch
that.
Zack
They
Snyder.
screwed him. Yeah. It
Anyways,
sucks.
Bad timing.
Bad
Yeah.
timing. Yeah. We got Suicide Squad, James Gunn Suicide Squad versus The Dark Knight Rises.
oh,
James Gunn Suicide Squad.
You know what? Dark Knight Rises is good. I think it's one of Nolan's worst movies. Least good movies. I don't want to say it's worst because it's still a good movie.
No, the ending's
yeah, I'll go
horrible.
The
Suicide
ending's
Squad.
bad. It drags
bad.
long.
The ending's
It's
bad.
It's way too long.
Talia al Ghul's acting was terrible.
Uh,
Suicide
Bane,
Squad.
Bane was awesome.
Bane was awesome.
Bane was sick. It was a cool
Tom Hardy's
version.
Bane was lit.
And I tell you what, it really, they say that, the Nolan Batman movies are just like action movies that happen to have Batman in it, and this movie doesn't help. It helps that
Defines
argument.
that.
It helps that argument a lot. This is
Yeah.
the one that helps that. You know what I'm saying? But I think they still
It's
tied
solid,
it back to begin.
but it's
with
not.
the Al Ghuls and But I like it. Suicide Squad though.
It's better.
Yeah.
It came out. James Gunn's first introduction to the DCEU. That's what got him the job. pretty
Fake
much.
mustache.
Dude, and it was so good.
Fake mush. Yeah,
I love the shark.
You got Peacemaker. We got that great show.
Comedic and polka dot.
Harley-
Peacemaker.
You
Polka
got
dot was funny.
Harley Quinn. This is probably my favorite. Seeing her, she's awesome. Margot Robbie, the best female actress.
Dude,
of all
such
time.
a. I need to rewatch it. It was so good.
Me too. I watched it since
It's-
it came out.
it's
I watched
so
it
good.
twice when it came out. Yeah. So Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So good.
Okay. We got the okay. This is where it gets fun.
Okay.
We got the Batman. So Robert Pattinson's Batman versus Batman Begins 2005.
The Batman.
So you guys both say the Batman. Batman
Over
Begins
what?
though.
Batman Begins? Oh, the Batman.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not even close.
Not even okay. See, that's where
I don't even think it's close.
The hat guy is fuming.
Batman Begins made what it started like this whole new. So we had X-Men. We had.
Yeah. Talk to
Oh
him.
come on! Put it was Killian Murphy as Scarecrow, bruh. How
It's
sick
good,
was that?
dude.
That's
It's
fine.
good.
Sick.
He's sick.
And the fighting wasn't even that. Was it? Okay, it's
The
compared
Riddler and the
okay,
Batman?
Yes. Okay. Yes. Compare.
No way.
Paul
The
Dano?
Yeah, Paul Dano's villain
Okay.
is
Yes.
better than.
And then again, compare.
He's in the fucking room. He's just like.
compare the B. If you compare,
Ah! He's just fucking tweaking.
if you compare
Shit's
the
lit.
BVS Batman
fucking-
fight scene
The
versus the
fucking
Chris
coffee
Nolan
cup
one, it's pretty.
with the
it's
creamer
not
making
great.
a question mark.
No, and then
Hey.
the shit that Bruce gets in the Batman, the message of the Riddler breaking down the corruption of the Wayne family.
So good.
Sick.
Like and
With
then,
the
and, then it,
clues?
and then it cuts to Robert's face zooming in
But-
and he's just in shock.
And he's like driving
We
back
get to
to
see,
where
but
the
we get to
Alfred
see,
gets
we
blown
get to
up.
see how the deconstructed the Batman character is, like how Bruce Wayne literally has the gun and he's about to go shoot.
That
the
scene is
fucking
really
guy.
good.
That's a sick ass scene. Like we get to see like that he's not that he's messed up and that's awesome. And we get to see the training. I don't know.
It's a good movie.
So here's the thing.
It's a good movie.
I may agree with y'all, but I just want to talk about how good Begins is. I just don't want to dismiss
Begins
it. You
is
know what I'm saying?
great.
It is a good movie.
And it's for 2005, and then The Dark Knight, which was better,
It's close.
ended up making a bit. You know, the Batman Begins made $300 million at the worldwide box office. $300 million. Think about that.
Man.
Because Batman was a joke. At this point, think about it. Batman was a joke.
Yeah,
because the
because
last
of
Batman
Batman
movie,
and Robin.
Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
And then Christopher Nolan comes out with this movie, and it changes the landscape. And I think it changed the landscape for just superhero movies.
For
in
sure.
general.
They did.
It definitely did.
So let's give it its credit, but
yeah,
we'll
the
talk
Batman's
about
better.
Batman's better.
Matt Reeves killed it. That's why we need the second. I need it more
Need
than
it,
water.
sick it. Need it. Like air.
Man, it'll probably never come out. Kidding. Relax.
You're a disgrace.
All right, we got Superman 2, so that's yeah. And we're talking about the Donner cut. You know what I'm talking about, the Donner cut? Y'all know that reference? All right, little side. So you know the Snyder cut, right? That term. So back in the 80s when Superman 2 was made, they filmed 80% of the movie, right? But they cut it because they lost the budget, so they just quit making it, right? But they shot it. But then later on, they refilmed. They basically refilmed everything, which didn't make any sense. They got the budget, refilmed everything, and then later on, the actors were like, "Hey, it was a different cut of the movie that they made, but they cut it because they lost the budget." 20 years later, they came out with the Donner cut, which was the original cut of the movie, mingled in with the new stuff that they ended up shooting. Ended up being a lot better. But that's where the Snyder cut, that term kind of comes from. But yeah, Superman 2 versus Batman Returns. I think Batman Returns. You've seen Superman 2, right? Okay. What do you think, James?
With Reeves?
Yeah.
What? Superman 2 and what?
Superman 2 versus Batman Returns. So that's the
Batman
second Michael
Returns.
Keaton
Yeah,
movie.
Batman Returns.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you got Penguin, you got
So good.
Catwoman.
It was just gritty.
The world building was good. Dude.
It was gritty. It was I think actually
Tim Burton's so good.
Actually, I'm not gonna spoil, but I like it a lot more. I like it a lot. So
Tim
I would
Burton's
say
so
it
good.
is the better sequel than Superman 2. Superman 2 is quite good, so we'll move that up. But Returns. I have to type this all out. Okay. We got BVS versus Blue Beetle.
BVS.
Yeah, Batman vs Superman.
Okay. Blue Beetle was just kind of mid.
It was mid.
Like it was a good little movie, and I hope that actor comes back.
I think he is.
I think he'll come back.
I'm pretty sure he is.
Well, and
Yeah.
I mean, but BVS.
It was a part of DC.
Yeah.
The DCU. It's like
But
it's part of the DCU.
Yeah, it is.
So.
But Batman v Superman,
I mean, the fight scene in
It
the
was just dude.
it
That's
was
the
just
warehouse
the
scene
scope was just the warehouse scene solos Blue
alone.
Beetle.
Solos Blue Beetle.
Yeah, like
yeah,
okay.
so good.
So we got Batman 89 versus Batman Forever. So that's the Val Kilmer one versus the original Michael Keaton one.
89.
I'm gonna go 89 too because because
Yeah.
they tried.
I love Batman Forever, but
It's cool, it's
1989.
wacky, but like again,
1989
You're not
is
gonna-
what set the tone.
you're not gonna beat the original one, So yeah, there we go. Okay.
I do need to
this-
go rewatch that though. I have not seen that in a very long time as well.
Two of my top 15 comic book movies of all time: Zack Snyder's Justice League versus the Joker. I'm gonna go Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah.
But the Joker, again, let's talk about how it changed. A comic book movie winning Best Actor at the Academy Awards. And the Joker.
Joaquin
what I'm saying?
Phoenix, though.
Joaquin Phoenix is just amazing.
He's a bonus.
Nominated for Best Picture, too, which is a comic book movie. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Made a rated R Joker movie, made $1 billion. Think about
Yeah,
that.
that's crazy.
It changed
Not really
everything.
the rated R Joker movie like I want now.
You would
though.
expect.
It's
yeah.
a different take on the Joker,
Yeah.
for sure.
And I wish it was more
yeah.
of like the comic book Joker, sadistic,
Oh.
like just ripping his own face off and stuff. Like I just want.
You think that we may get that Joker with Matt Reeves?
Yeah, we'll get.
It
It'll be
seemed-
twisted.
It seemed like it.
It'll be twisted.
Barry Keoghan.
Very cute.
But Zack Snyder's Justice
Yeah.
League, you know the story. This full
Slams.
cut of the movie.
So good. Martian Manhunter. at the
Martian
end.
Manhunter at the end.
Oh
Yeah.
my God!
He looks so good.
Yeah.
Bruce
The-
wakes
the
up from
super-
sleep and you just see Martian hovering down.
And then, the nightmare scene, Superman
Yeah.
returns. Yeah,
Yeah.
all that.
Jared Leto actually did a great performance of Joker.
Jared Leto's come. Yeah, that. Yeah.
You said the boy
Who's
wanted
gonna give
to
you a
do.
redraw?
You said the boy wanted to do a man's job.
One of the. Oh, that was such a underrated.
That's what gives me hope for Jared Leto. As a
Okay,
Joker.
so this is gonna be.
Jared Leto got sexual assault allegations.
He
Nah,
did.
Cap.
He did.
Not said like a
Now
lot.
they're allegations. Nothing's been charged
Yeah.
yet, so that's important to point out. But yeah, Superman 1978 versus Man of Steel. The two Superman movies. People, because basically the two probably most popular Superman.
Say Man of
movies.
Steel.
I'm gonna say so. Again, this is probably gonna be unpopular. Man of Steel. I think Man of Steel is the best Superman movie, so clearly I think it's better. But again, you can't underestimate the impact that 1978 did.
For sure.
Probably one of the greatest
Say
scores
Man
of
of
all
Steel.
time. One of the greatest superhero scores of all time. Yeah, exactly. Live and breathe this movie. Henry Cavill. General Zod, one of the best,
So good.
underrated villains, by the way. His motivation, everything. The fight at the end was just.
Bar scene where he doesn't beat the
Him
fuck out of the
figuring out
guy,
how to
but,
fly.
but puts his
the-
car
him
on a-
figuring out how to fly makes me tear up. The dialogue. A lot of people hate on Jonathan Kent in this movie. I think he was literally willing to die to keep his son safe from like the government.
Yeah,
and
the
stuff.
only problem I have with it is like
and like I understand the
he was fast enough to save his dad.
he was fast, but
Without anybody
But
seeing
at that point, though, I don't think he knew the capabilities of his powers yet, because he's like a teenager in that scene, right? And even if he was, Jonathan Kent would have wanted, like he died to keep his son safe, to keep his son, because he knew the world was not ready for people to know about that. So, but I understand why people don't like it. I understand it's different from the heart attack. I get it though, but I personally, we all agree, Man of Steel is
Yeah.
better. But still, Superman, give it his flowers. Right?
For sure.
The Suicide Squad, James Gunn, the Batman.
The
So,
Batman.
the Batman. So you like the Bat?
The
But
Batman.
Suicide Squad.
We've said enough
again,
about
we've
it.
said enough about it.
The
But
Batman.
the
Batman
Batman.
slams.
What are we doing here? This
Yeah.
this guy is moving
Let's
on.
put him up against some real competition.
We're
You know what I mean?
we're about to.
I wish Suicide Squad made it
it's about to
further.
get
I
spicy.
wish Suicide
Oh, it's
Squad
about
made
to
it
get
further though,
spicy.
because I think it is.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad 2021 is great.
It's amazing.
Batman. Granted, some of these brackets are like harder than others. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some A-lit.
Yeah,
So just keep
that's
that in
fine.
mind. Batman Returns
Okay.
versus BVS.
Batman Returns.
Batman Returns.
Yeah.
I got Zack Snyder's. Not Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah,
BVS.
Batman Returns.
Over BVS, really? Why? I'm not. Why?
I just like the take on BBS. I just like the ending.
Okay.
I
As a
think
whole.
Batman. Yeah. Yeah. I like BVS a lot. I don't know.
But
After watching both of them and watching BVS again, like after people got done shitting on it
Yeah.
to where I could enjoy it again, I still like Batman Returns a lot. Like I just like the
Really?
darkness tone of it.
But you got, man,
BVS
the
is
best
good.
Batman fight scene, clearly, right?
Yeah.
We have the story arc of Bruce Wayne, which I know we have our
I
disagreements
don't know,
about.
some of the fight scenes in the Batman were pretty fucking.
In Batman Forever?
The Batman.
Well, I'm talking about.
We're talking about Batman Returns versus BVS.
Well, I'm talking about
Oh, I know. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he
Oh,
said
yeah.
some of the best Batman.
Oh.
No,
fights
yeah,
ever.
but I mean, again, that's the most menaced Batman. You know, we got Lex Luthor, which that's the big knock on BVS for me is
yeah,
the Lex Luthor.
is bad.
But is it?
I think there could have been potential there if he wasn't a little bit more. He's a little bit more psychotic, like more of a Joker than a Lex
Yeah.
Luthor. There could have been potential there, but that's
Isn't
the big
Batman
knock.
Returns like in a snowy type of
yeah.
setting?
Yeah. It's and then it's pretty
Or,
iconic. Batman Returns.
yeah,
You
or-
got the Penguin. You got and I just love BVS. So I think it's underrated too. But
For sure.
I'm gonna go BVS,
The
but
hate-
it is a 2 out of 3.
The
so I
hate
gotta give
on
it to y'all.
BVS is too much. There's
Yeah.
too much hate on that movie. Even though there are some things that I agree with Logan on about it, like
Yeah.
the Batman stuff. But
I mean, I don't hate it. It's a
yeah,
good movie.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the dream sequence. Oh man. Anyway, and I understand some of the stuff they say. Superman is like, and do I like that he killed a terrorist in the movie? I don't. It's a terrorist. He had a gun to Lois's head, and he took it to the wall. Again, I get it. I understand, but I mean, let's not. People on TikTok act like it was a baby that Superman killed. It was a terrorist that had a gun to Lois's head. Dude. You know what I'm talking about? The first scene in the movie.
Could have melted the gun.
I guess that's fine.
So
Whatever.
many other things.
And he was and Superman was kind of like, kind of the beauty of Batman and Superman, right? Is that they're both kind of broken. Batman more than Superman, clearly, but like we have this world that kind of hates Superman at this point.
Bro tried to make the absolute universe. Bro tried
He
to make
did.
the absolute.
Zack
universe.
Snyder Absolute Universe would be peak.
It's pretty
anyway.
much what he already did.
Yeah, he did, which I liked, but a lot of people didn't. Again, being right is often a lonely endeavor, and yeah. That's fine though. I'll take it. Lex Luthor was the biggest knock for me though for BVS, and I'll understand that criticism all day. Returns, okay. We got Batman 1989 versus Zack Snyder's Justice League. I'm gonna clearly go Zack
Zack
Snyder's
Snyder's
Justice League.
Justice League.
Yeah.
Again,
It's a
another
4-hour spectacle.
4-hour spectacle. Cried multiple times throughout the movie.
Get your fucking popcorn.
Get your
Yeah.
popcorn out. You know.
Set time aside for
Set-
an absolute peak movie. It's
Again,
beautiful.
talk about putting a director's vision. I'm so glad that they did that, and they actually lost money from that because it went to streaming, and there's not a lot of money in streaming.
Yeah, and it's 4 hours.
It's
so people
4
are
hours
gonna
long. No one's
instantly
gonna
get
go
turned
see
away.
that. Yeah, but I'm glad they did that. He deserved it, especially after his daughter killing herself,
Yeah.
which is what all happened in the first place. But again, 1989 Batman.
I mean it's the OG. Respect.
It's the
to
OG.
it.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah. Okay. Man of Steel versus the Batman.
The Batman.
The Batman.
Man of Steel. Man of Steel is the better origin story. Well,
That's-
would y'all
that's-
consider?
God.
That's
It's not
Oh
even.
my
Well, the
God.
Batman isn't even an origin story.
Year 2?
But it's not origin.
Basically.
It
an
shows
origin.
it's not. 'Cause it
Basically
shows
an
all of that.
Baby
It shows
Batman.
all of it's not. He's not.
Baby
Year 2,
Batman.
you didn't do it for 2 years. It literally shows Superman's first flight. Anyway, that's not the argument. I think Man of Steel is a better movie.
A better movie?
I think it is. Yes, absolutely.
don't.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I know. Now, here's the thing. The Batman is top 15 for me, and it's like, but
Where the hell is Man 15? of Steel?
it's 15.
Where's Man
Man
of
of Steel
Steel?
is number 9. I think on my top favorite.
Yo, the Batman's top 5 comic book movie for
No,
me.
it's not. It's not the best Batman movie.
Oh,
We'll get
yes,
to that
it
later.
is.
We'll get to that
later.
point.
Zach, but man, I keep saying okay, but Man of Steel, right? Okay, better. Okay, I like the villain. Sorry, I like Zod better than Riddler. I like Zod better than Riddler.
Zod is better than Riddler.
Okay, well thanks.
I don't remember
That's a
Zod.
point.
Sorry.
He was fucking
Right.
badass. He was great.
I just like the whole progression of, and again, it is origin story versus like, not origin story, but like newbie story,
Yeah.
right?
Something
But
we haven't seen.
I like Superman's. I mean, you can't. Whatever. I like Superman's like progression. We see him like struggling as he's trying to fit into the world. He doesn't know his place in it.
Yeah, I like Batman's struggle more.
What is his struggle in the Batman really?
What do you mean? What's his struggle?
His house gets blown up.
Yeah, his house
Okay.
gets
The
blown up.
only like
He can't
father
even.
figure
He
he
can't even
has.
fly. Like he can't even use his glider correctly.
Yeah.
He fucking damn near breaks his neck on a train.
He fucks
Like,
up the
Yeah,
detective
I mean,
shit
He fucks
because
up
he
the
thinks it's
detective
one
work.
way.
He fucks up the detective work. Yeah. I mean, there's
The
multiple
whole city
struggles.
gets flooded because he
His
fucked up.
yeah, his whole
It's a
thing
fucked
is
up.
struggle. And
The
his
same
whole
thing
thing
with
is
Superman,
that he's
though.
chasing vengeance, and then the ending of the story, he's focused on justice. Like the progression of his
Holding
character
the
is
kid.
way better. It's
No,
way
it's
more
not.
impactful.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Superman has to. Okay, he literally just learns how to be Superman in like a couple days, and then he has to fight the best fighter in the in Krypton's history, in General Zod.
Who also is not used to the Earth. By the
Okay,
way.
but he's still.
didn't even know how
but
to
he's
fly.
still more. But he's like he's
Better
I
fighter, but he's
trained
not.
I trained my whole life.
Do you remember
for
how
this.
Superman was when he
Yes.
was a kid? Though he
Yes.
like literally could not.
Yes.
Not
But
that he
the
couldn't
tr-
control his powers, but him being on Earth affected his powers. Like he wasn't able to. His ears were ringing all the time. He wasn't able to focus as well. Like yeah, he's a better fighter, but it puts him like pretty much at the same.
But
level.
also, like,
that's
they
why he
were-
can
You see
fight.
how quick Zod locks in.
More-
Because granted, he's more experienced and he's a better fighter.
Yeah.
He locks in really fast. Like, versus a Superman that had actually, he's been around for like what? He was thinking he was like 30 years old in the movie, but he actually was Superman about a week, maybe if that.
But what
He's
you
still
were
learning.
saying about trauma and stuff, like
I mean,
Bruce
watch his
is
dad
Bruce
die.
is
Watch
literally
his
finding
dad
out
die.
that his family are like his pieces of shit. Like he's finding out
His
that his
family
mom
dies.
and his dad are like corrupt people in Gotham, and it's getting blasted through the
It's a great
whole
movie.
city.
It's a great
Getting
movie.
blasted. Through
Not
the whole
only
I've seen
that,
this,
but
it's better.
Alfred at that
Damn near died.
Right,
Alfred almost
right
died.
when he
I
does
thought he
that.
did die.
Right when he does that, Alfred literally gets fucking blown up.
Yeah.
And then you go to the
Yeah.
hospital,
And
and
you
he
have
starts
them-
to realize that he treats Alfred like
So we
kind of
have-
like shit in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
He's,
And
a
then
he's a dick to him.
He's a dick to him,
Yeah,
and
he's
then
a
he
dick to him.
realizes that man, Alfred's all I got. That's
Yeah.
like my father
Such an
figure,
emotional
and he
scene.
really like bonds with Alfred. So the next movie, you're gonna get to see like his fatherly
If it comes
figure
out.
with Alfred.
Comes
Like
out.
there was so much progression in that story, not just with the trauma, but with his view on being Batman.
Oh,
And
shit.
Bruce.
Like the whole
Just being
movie's
him.
progression. The whole
Yeah.
movie is progression.
So is
it
Man-
is beautiful.
And then the beginning of Man of Steel, we get the him getting thrown to Earth. That whole beginning scene is one of my favorite openings in any comic movie ever. You guys like that scene? You like
I
Jor-El?
like- yeah.
All that scene? Yeah. I just enjoy, and you said rewatchability. You mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
I think Man of Steel is way more rewatchable than the Batman.
I've seen the Batman like 25 times.
I've seen Batman probably 4 or 5 times. I've seen.
I watched it
Superman.
4 or 5 times in theaters.
I watched it 3 times in theaters actually.
I think I saw it
Yeah.
I think 5 times in theaters.
It's a great movie. I just think Man of Steel's better, and that's fine.
It's fine. You're wrong. The Batman's moving on.
It's not. Again, it's 2 out of 3.
Two
it
to
happens.
three.
You guys
Let
are
it go.
Batman fans. It's cool. Kidding. All right.
He's wearing a Superman shirt.
He is, but he says he's a Boy Scout. He makes okay. Anyway,
I love
got
Superman.
who got him that shirt, by the way? I did. Anyway,
For the premiere.
we got Batman Returns. Batman Returns made it farther than the original Batman movie. That's funny. Versus Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Zack Snyder's Justice League. Not
Okay.
a debate. Let's move on.
Yeah, we've talked about Returns a lot. All right, so you know what that means? The Batman versus Zack Snyder's Snyder
What happened
Cut.
to TDK?
What? Didn't we say that Superman was better?
We didn't say
No.
Superman's better than TDK.
No.
Oh shit! I fucked that up then. So let's do.
Just
Because
mention
that
it.
we said.
So let's
Dark
do the
Knight.
Batman versus TDK, right? We'll start
Yeah,
there.
that's the
We'll
finals.
that's well, the
Isn't that the
finals
final?
is no, it's Zack Snyder's Justice League. That bracket's fine. That bracket
Oh.
got messed up is over. So the Batman
This is
versus
this is
TDK.
to go up against Zack Snyder's Justice League for the championship.
Yeah.
So
okay.
it's TDK versus the Batman.
So TDK versus
Shit.
this is the big debate, right?
Yeah,
that
we
everyone
know.
talks about.
I already
right?
know what I'm picking.
Yeah.
This is the big debate that everyone.
He's gonna
you
hate
know.
this. The people that watch this are probably not gonna like it either. That's
So
fine.
we have, again, most people's, I would say 70% of people's best comic book film of all time versus a lot of people's rising comic book film of all time, the Batman versus the Dark Knight. Okay? So, our Batman fan here, go first.
Just
I'm gonna rip it off like a band-aid. Alright guys, it's gonna be the Batman. Okay. Matt
Same.
Reeves is the Batman over the Dark Knight. And simply because I love the Dark Knight. I rewatched these films not that long ago. I love the Dark Knight, but when you're looking at it from a Batman movie perspective, when I collect comics and I love the Batman detective stories, and I felt like when I was watching the Batman, I was reading a detective story, and I love that. When I'm watching TDK, Nolan gets this a lot. It feels like an action movie, and it did, and it also felt like more of a Joker movie. Like he stole the show of that movie, and without Heath Ledger's portrayal of the Joker,
See, I don't like that Joker movie.
I don't think I don't think without Heath Ledger's portrayal of the Joker, it would be as high on people's list as they put it.
We can't discount that.
I'm
though.
not
It's
discounting
part
that,
of
but
the
when
movie.
I'm looking at a Batman movie, I want a detective story.
Well, I'm looking
I
at a
want
movie.
the Batman. I'm looking at comic book movie. I'm looking at a comic book movie. I'm looking at when I'm putting them against each other, and the two movies that they're Batman movies. It's in the name. The Dark Knight Rises.
But
Batman.
the point of you're supposed to make the best movie possible,
Or
not
the
the
Dark
best,
Knight.
not the best comic accurate movie possible, right?
I'm
It
not.
could
I don't
be-
care
But
about
we
the
argue
comic
about that
accuracy.
point all the time on other movies. Is like they don't portray what the character should be.
It
You
doesn't
know,
matter
that's
as
why
much.
certain.
If
That's
you
why
have
certain.
basic elements
That is
correct,
why certain
right.
comic book movies we don't like because it's not done correctly. And Matt Reeves did Batman as perfect
Well-
as we've
I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You have to do some things right. Like example, like if this Batman didn't have his parents killed as he was a kid, that would be horrible, right? There's certain things that you have to have, like certain main things that.
Yeah,
push his
I just
character.
think that
But
like
in terms
more of the Batman being in the Dark Knight would have been better. Like, and
That's fine, but again, he's still the main character of the movie. He has the most screen
Is he?
time.
Is
Yes.
he though?
Yes, he is.
No,
and
I
yes,
think Heath
and yes,
Ledger's
the
Joker.
Joker. But you can't. It doesn't matter. Like like he carries the film. But I don't
The
think that's a
Joker is
knock.
the main
For you guys,
premise.
it's a knock that the Joker carries the film. For me, that's not a knock. For me, that's just he's an
The
amazing
main
character.
premise. The main premise of the movie is that Joker is like taking over the city and is destroying it, and it's
And the
like
Batman has to stop him.
yeah,
It's
and
awesome.
he gets him this moral decision that's well written.
it is.
It's
But
beautiful.
I
yes.
like the progression of the Batman more than I like TDK. It's just simple.
Really,
as
and
that.
then
It's
Harvey,
just-
and then Harvey Dent's fall from grace is just one of the it's not talked about enough because you have this incredible performance by Heath Ledger. I mean, Two-Face, bro. He's incredible. His arc in this movie is just
It's a
amazing.
great movie.
It's
Like
really
the
good.
arcs in The Dark Knight are better than the arcs in the Batman.
I mean, we've only gotten one movie, so we can't.
I know.
really say
Well,
that.
I'm saying The Dark Knight.
Oh, the
specifically,
movies?
right? So, like,
Yeah, you take out
what's
the
his
first
name? What's his
movie
freaking
though.
name?
If you take out
Two-Face.
Batman Begins, and you take out the Dark Knight
Well,
Rises, the
Two-Face
context
isn't in-
behind it is just.
Two-Face isn't in the Batman Begins, but I'm just saying.
I know.
Neither is
That's
Joker.
what-
Neither is
you
Joker.
take out the
Right.
context of like Gordon. and
Joker's a better
all
villain
that.
than the Riddler. I think we can agree on that. But that's
Yeah.
kind of you guys' argument, right?
Yeah. Well, I think Robert Pattinson's Batman it rivals Christian Bale's, and I think it's better overall.
That's a fair. I think his Batman's better. I think his Bruce Wayne. I think Kristen Bale's
I think
Bruce Wayne is kind of
Christian
unbeatable.
Bale's
Kinda unbeatable.
Like,
One of-
is the best Bruce Wayne, but I
Yeah.
want more of Robert as Bruce, and I think we're going to get that in a second.
Yeah.
We are, and
Because
that's
he
We'll
was
get
so
that, but
fast.
that's-
He was just
talking about
worried
the
about being
movies.
Batman and didn't want to be
Yeah.
Bruce.
I think overall the Batman's a better movie.
It is.
See,
It
I
is.
just think
It
The
is a
Dark Knight
better
is-
Batman movie.
But what's a better movie?
I think the
The
Batman's
Batman.
a better movie.
You
I
think it's a
enjoy watching that more than I
better
do
plot?
TDK.
Yeah, I enjoy watching. The
I
Batman
watched
more.
I watched TDK 2 years ago, and I watched the Batman this year with my stepdad for his first time.
Yeah.
And I enjoy the Batman more. I'm more locked in.
I
I
watched
fell
the Batman-
asleep. I fell
I just
asleep
love
watching
I
TDK.
just think the plot's so much better in The Dark. But
I
that's
disagree.
fine.
I think the plot.
That's
I
fine.
think the plot is
The
better.
moral dilemma, and then the Joker just like being 2 steps ahead is just so cool. And then,
So was the Riddler.
but it's because Batman
The
keeps
entire
because
movie.
it keeps
The entire
because
movie
Batman
he
keeps
was-
fucking up. And again, I know
Not
you're
because
saying
he
he's
keeps
a year 2 Batman or year 1
That's
Batman.
part
or
of the
whatever.
principle of the movie.
But it just kind of took me out of it a little bit. Again, still a great movie. I'm not shitting
Amazing. Yeah.
But yeah.
Both of them are amazing. That's why they
on
got
it. Okay,
this far.
so
it's the Batman versus Zack Snyder's
Zack Snyder's
Justice League.
Okay,
Zack Snyder's Justice League.
taking that
Whoa.
over to the Batman.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What a fucking plot twist! Give me that shit, dude. Hell yeah!
Why is that such a shock?
I thought you were gonna go the Batman. We were convinced.
I love the
I
Batman.
wasn't convinced. I had an idea of where I wanted to go. I was waiting for you to
Yeah,
show up.
Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's just again,
It's a 4-hour movie.
take the story behind it being made out of it, right? It's a 4-hour epic about gods on Earth trying to stop
Yeah.
the devil,
Apocalypse.
the apocalypse.
I think I'm there with you guys.
Steppenwolf is
Like,
such an
it's a
amazing Steppenwolf as
It's
a villain.
crazy. It's crazy.
It's a
It's
sweet-
And
crazy.
again, talk about I don't even
and you
want
get everything you want.
I don't want to even compare it. And let's talk about this too. It is. I know BVS. I know your issues with that Batman and how how he comes back, whatever.
Yeah.
But if we talk about just Zack Snyder's Justice League,
His
arguably
Batman
the
was
most
great.
comic accurate Batman,
He was
I
great.
think, in terms of a team Batman, a
Yeah.
Batman like he was from the ripped right out of the animated series, how he works with the team, how
Yeah.
he's the leader, he's the clear leader, okay. And then talk about Superman's resurrection.
Makes me want to rewatch it again.
Superman's
Yeah.
resurrection.
So good.
Cyborg's trying to pull the mother boxes together. He gets Steppenwolf gets the axe. Superman's
there,
there.
turns it to fucking freezing.
Bitches him. Fucking bitches him.
And
Oh,
it's
man.
like it's
It does Henry Cavill justice. It does.
Yeah.
And
When
I'm
he gets the
go
black
home and
suit,
rewatch that
when
shit.
he
We
gets the
got that
black
movie
suit,
night. Yeah.
I'm getting
no,
jacked.
but it's 4 hours. But it like
4 hours.
you're
of peace.
so locked in.
You're
like
so
it doesn't
locked in.
it doesn't feel
And
like 4
the
hours.
beautiful
And
thing
then the
about it,
end-
if you haven't watched it, it's cut into 5 parts, right? So
Yeah,
it'll be
I
like
remember-
part 1
yeah.
through 5. So you could pause it at like there's good pause points, right? So it's too long. That makes sense. It's
Take
fine.
a piss break.
Take a pee break. Grab some popcorn.
So
stroke
peak.
it. You know, do whatever you need to do.
all right.
It. Yeah. I mean, Harry Cavill's on the screen.
Okay, but the end though.
Come on. Yeah. But
The
the
ending
end,
is so peak.
I
the
did not
nightmare
expect
scene, which
that.
was filmed after the fact, right? He filmed that.
He filmed the Martian
Filmed that
scene.
with an iPhone, by the way. It
Oh,
wasn't filmed with an
well,
iPhone,
okay,
but
okay,
it was
okay.
filmed, he filmed it himself.
Speaking of iPhone
At
filming,
his
did you know
house.
28 years later was completely filmed
Yeah,
on
it was
iPhones?
filmed on like 20 of them.
Yeah.
Back to the
Anyways.
CSJL though. He else filmed at his house that scene, right? The
Yeah.
Joker and all that. That was filmed after
I'm
the
saying,
fact.
yeah.
So good.
And they had to reuse some other shots from other movies, but he made that by himself, right? The Joker. What was the quote, James? You had a boy wonder do a man's
sent,
job?
Yeah, you sent the boy wonder to do a man's job.
Yeah, and,
So
then,
good.
and then Batman.
And Batman
unhinged.
said, "Fuck."
He's like,
Ben said,
make
"Fuck."
no mistake,
didn't
I
he?
will fucking kill you.
Yeah.
But we have to do this. And then Deathstroke's there. Mira's
Yeah.
there, which is like whatever.
And then he
whatever.
talks about
The
Harley
Flash
dying.
and- yeah.
Ben
Harley
talks about Harley.
The whole
getting
Flash
killed or some
sequence
shit.
is
See, that shows how it's one of the most beautiful because it shows the reason why Batman and Joker work so well together is because nothing gets to the Joker except Batman.
Yeah.
He gets to the Joker, like fucks with the Joker a little bit, and that's why the Joker fucking loves him. He loves him.
He plays
you know?
along.
And that's why when he says, "I watched Harley Quinn die in my arms," Joker's like, he's like, "Fuck this guy!" Like he's kind of
Yeah.
fucking with me.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's been like a, not yet, and we'll probably see that with the Robert Pattinson Batman, where we see how both Batman and they both fuck with each other.
The dynamic of
They
it.
they're both so smart that that's why they're just the best rivalry.
That's another thing with the Batman that I really like was the way the Riddler
The Riddler
scared
does
the
that
shit
well.
out of Batman.
And you
He's
think
like
that-
you think that he knows that
He figures it out.
You think he knows,
We almost got him.
and
then
it's like
oh
you're as in
Yeah.
the audience, you're thinking, "Holy shit!"
yeah.
The Riddler knows, like
You're
his
like-
secret's finna be out,
You're like, what?
and
Yeah.
then
in
it,
prison
and he
you
does
find
it.
out, yeah.
That's what it's
And-
insane.
Bruce Wayne, and he's just sitting there.
Bruce.
He's just sitting there.
He's
He's like
nervous.
all
Like,
sad,
Batman's
and he
fucking
says,
nervous.
"We almost got him," and he's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you did it." That was crazy.
Yeah, shit's so
But-
good.
And then Martian at the
He
very,
does it-
very
yeah.
end.
And then, but yeah, Martian at the very, very end. You know, Darkseid's coming, and Zack Snyder did that on purpose. He was like, because that was another scene that I don't think it was originally filmed. It was actually supposed to be Green Lantern. It was actually supposed to be John Stewart,
Oh,
but
that
the
was-
studio made him
I'm
change
so
it.
much glad. I'm glad.
I'm glad they did Martian Manhunter though, and how they tied it into was that black colonel. I forgot his name, but it was that was actually Martian Manhunter. Pretty sick. But they teased. He did that on purpose to kind of tease, like, oh, we got something else coming. And again, the whole plans, what they were gonna do. Again, that's not part of this movie, but it is something to talk about.
It's disappointing that we don't get to see it.
Yeah, and I understand, and call me a Snyder Glazer, whatever. I will always be in debt to Zack Snyder for giving me Zack Snyder's Justice League. I love that movie. I think it's the best. I don't know if it's in terms of team movie. It's top 3 in terms of like superhero teams. So you got Avengers, Guardians, Thunderbolts all in there. Team superhero movie. It may be the best, maybe second best behind Infinity War, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
never.
pretty close.
It's amazing. But again, the Batman. There's a reason why it came to number 2.
Yeah.
Right. Is that
Oh, it's so good.
there's a reason why the Riddler was again. I was saying that the Joker's better, but that's a high bar to set.
Paul
right?
Dano
That's
is
a
Paul Dano.
is a world class
it.
actor.
He's great.
He's a world class actor.
And then
I
Barry
hope we can maybe
Keoghan.
see. And then Barry Keoghan.
He's
maybe.
a world class actor too. His rogues gallery is gonna be fucking tough.
And we said, then we had the Penguin. We didn't even talk about him.
Yeah.
He got his own spin-off
Yeah,
show.
Which was phenomenal.
That was phenomenal, right?
Great.
We had the whole lore of the Maronis.
Victor?
They
Oh,
did
so
the best
good.
job of the
Oh,
Gotham.
they did the best
like
job.
the mob lore,
Yeah,
right?
so good. It's like an Italian mob. It's like Sopranos.
That's why I think
Yeah.
I like it even more than TDK's because you get to know
Because-
more about the
yeah,
city.
because they're there, right? But they're not as it's not as deeply trenched.
Yeah, and
into
Christopher
the
Nolan
lore
is
as-
strictly Batman, Alfred.
Yeah, which is
and the
cool,
villain.
but
You don't
the
know
Batman
Wayne
anything
Tower,
more,
and
yeah.
that's about it.
You don't
The
know
bridge.
anything about what's going on in the
Yeah,
city.
yeah, and they're like there, and they're kind of like, oh, it's this guy, yeah.
Yeah.
So peak. So peak.
And then the whole corruption and yeah. And I can't wait to see where they go again.
when the movie comes out.
When the movie comes out in 2038. Okay.
Shot this guy.
He'll, Anyway,
27 probably.
that was a great episode, guys. We love that. So yeah, ZSJL wins the DC rankings. I didn't expect that, but that's awesome.
We're gonna pin it up against the winner of the Marvel bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That next episode, a little teaser. We'll do an MCU or Marvel movie.
MCU.
Just MCU.
Just MCU movies?
Yeah,
Is there
'cause
32 MCU movies?
I think so.
There's a lot.
Okay.
We'll figure that out. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. Logan, James, Luke, signing out. Love you guys. Thanks.